So as the year comes to a close, I of course find myself reflecting on the last, I think it's been about 7 months or so. I think I started posting videos end of May or early June, something like that. So roughly 7 months of this channel and everything that's happened with it. And I can't help but smile. It's been so far beyond my hopes or expectations or anything like that. Both in terms of just channel growth and the musical experience I've had and the people I've got to meet and interact with and the messages I've received and all this other stuff. So just really, I was thinking about that today and wanted to make a quick video to say thank you to you all. And I wanted to share more music because, it's fun. So in the description below, you'll find 2 links. One is going to be is a link to a playlist called A Handful of Favorites. And I don't have it up in front of me. I think it's 18 track. It's a rock playlist. It's some of my personal favorite songs, all for different reasons, right? Some of them are favorites because they really helped me during a tough time, or maybe I associate that song with like a specific place. Lots of different reasons. I won't get on the details. I'll let you guys listen to it and just enjoy it in your own way. And the second playlist, something I've been wanting to put together for a while, I finally did it, is my very first hip hop playlist. It is, let's see, actually I do have the other one in front of me, but I can pull this up. It is 40 tracks, just under 3 hours. And it touches on, I think I managed to get at least one track from every album I've listened to thus far. You will notice it's a little heavy on Kanye, Kendrick, and Tyler, because Kanye and Kendrick I've done 3 albums. Tyler I've done 5. So a lot of music being pulled from those guys. I tried to, balance it as best I could. I really put a lot of time in the track order. I don't just throw a bunch of songs on and they hit shuffle. I go through and I'm a little obsessive about it. I will specifically listen to the end of each song and how it feeds into the beginning of the next. And because hip hop uses so many skits and stuff like that, it was actually a real challenge trying to make this playlist flow. So I would appreciate it. I mean, obviously you don't have to, but if you do listen to it, I would love it if you gave it a once through as it's ordered, just to see what you think about the flow of the tracks and how they feed together and stuff. I think it goes pretty well, but everyone always has their own opinion. And regarding the thank you to you guys, I was thinking about something today as well. I was thinking back to my additional thoughts on To Pimp a Butterfly. In the second half of that video, I start talking about all these different things, heroes dying and so on. And at one point, I get into talking about how we don't realize the influence that we have on other people and how we can have a really positive influence on other people. And while I really believe that, and it's something I've experienced personally, especially recently as people send me incredible messages via Twitter or Patreon or leaving awesome comments, I understand that it's probably, for you guys, maybe it's not as easy to buy into. It's all well and good for me to sit here and say that, but you're you and I'm me, and we're existing in different positions right now. But I can say this: there have been times. I mean, a lot of you are aware of the struggles I've had with YouTube and videos getting blocked, and sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes I get down. Sometimes I'm just kind of bummed out or annoyed or whatever. There have been times when I feel like that, and I go back and I start reading comment sections of different videos, and it cheers me back up again. And there have been times when I'll read a comment or read a message, or I'll read something that you guys have wrote to me, and I go, wow, like this is really impressive. And so what I wanted to convey to you guys, anybody who might be skeptical about this whole having a positive influence on somebody, you guys have had a tremendously positive influence on me, whether you realize it or not. I mean, think about this whole hip hop journey, right? What I'm doing, this undertaking. The experience that I've had because I've done this channel and because you guys have followed along and left comments and explained context within the albums and explained the artists and their lives and explained the artists who inspired them and explained where the music came from and explained all of these things, I've been able to understand everything so much more, so much more. I would never have had this experience, this amount of like knowledge, in-depth experience, if it were just me listening to these albums in private going, well, okay, you know? And I mean, honestly, let's say I were to give it a try and just listen to it in private. Would I really sit down and take an hour and a half to listen to album after album, reading line after line of the lyrics, you know? Probably not. Probably not. I probably would have listened to a little bit and went, well, okay, that was okay. Listen to another one. Well, that kind of sounds like the same thing. I never would have had this in-depth experience. So all of that to say that anybody out there who feels like they don't have an impact on somebody, I would disagree, because you guys have had an impact on me. You guys are such a key part of this channel. You are the foundation of this channel. You guys are the, what's the word? You're kind of like my curators, my guide through hip hop. And so much so that I no longer worry when somebody makes a suggestion. Now, every now and then I'll see in the comments, somebody will suggest something and other people are like, no, please, God, no. You know, and that's fine. Everyone's got different opinions. But I remember early on, people would suggest something and maybe it sounded a little weird or I was just completely unfamiliar with it. I'd go, well, I don't know. I no longer have that. I no longer have that. I know I'm in good hands. So that's really what the thank you is about. It's not really about the channel and numbers and all that stuff. It's about the fact that so many of you have gotten involved and helped me grow as a person, grow as far as my knowledge of hip hop, understanding it more, enjoying it, everything. It's a group effort, and you guys are the group. So I think that's it. I look forward to next year. I got a couple projects kind of in the works, but I don't want to talk on them too much right now just because they need more traction before I can really get into them. I did give my first recording in, my first conversation with the community. If you guys are unfamiliar with that, I put out a video talking about that a couple weeks ago. I want to see how that goes, but that'll be next month. And there's some other stuff too, but it's still in the works. So I'm trying to, I don't know, sort it out first before I try and bring it into full view. Yeah, so that's it. So with all that said, Happy New Year's to all of you. I hope you do well. I hope you stay safe. Be smart. Please be smart. I'm not going to tell you to be careful. Be smart, okay? We're all going to be having a good time. Don't drive a vehicle if you're fucked up. Don't let your buddies do something too stupid. Just keep an eye on your friends. You know, have fun, but be smart, okay? And we'll see you next year. Cheers, y'all. I've never had this one before. It's called Space Dragon. It's okay. It's okay.